Welcome to the Nomadix Configuration Guide. We are going to limit bandwidth by category on the Nomadix Internet Traffic Optimizer. Once you've logged into your unit, you will see the dashboard as shown on this screen. When you are ready to limit bandwidth by category, you will go to the Web Proxies menu, to the Web Proxy submenu, and the Bandwidth Limiting menu item. You can see the list of bandwidth limiting policies here. To create a new policy, you will click the link on Create a New Policy. And we will create the who, what, where, when, and action items for this policy. On the who, for our example, we want everyone, so we will select everyone from the list of groups available. Click on the Add button to include it in this policy. We will then click on the Next button to move to the next step. Now we will select the what category we are going to apply this policy to, based on the list of all available categories or groups. For this example, we will use core blocked content. So you want to add that to the included categories or category groups. You can use multiple. For our example, we will only use one item. You will then click on Next to move to the next step. This will identify where this policy will take effect. For our example, we will use everywhere. Click on the Add button to include the location of everywhere for our profile. Click on the Next button to move on to the next step as to when this policy takes effect. For our example, we will use always have this policy in effect. So you will select always, click on the Add button to move it to the included time slots. Then we will click on the Next button to move to the next step. The final step is the action as to limit what the bandwidth is available to. For this example, we will use 500 kbytes per second will be the bandwidth it's limited to. If you want the clients to each have their own limit, you will leave the checkbox next to shared between clients unchecked. For our example, we want all traffic for this policy for all clients to be limited to the 500 kbytes. So we will check the box here, validating that the checkbox next to enable policy is checked so that this policy goes into effect right away. We will then click on the Confirm button. Then we have the ability to validate that all settings are correct for what we want to create. Once we have done that, click on the Save button. We can now see that our new bandwidth limiting policy has been created and is enabled. We have now limited bandwidth by category on the Nomadix Internet Traffic Optimizer.